episode 90, was it 7? Episode 97, man. Community content. You get it all here, man. I'm with a very, very special guest today. I'm with another part of the great band, Nashville. You know, we have Byron on, so now we have the lead singer of the band Nashville. You've probably heard her rock stages, you know, all across Pittsburgh. I'm here with the illustrious, the incomparable Jacquea May. Jacquea, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing?
Okay, intro. All right, too. We see you.
Whoa, hold on. I actually have to apologize. I'm a intro with an apology because on Byron's episode, I was just on here messing your name up, all types of crazy. Yeah. No, I was messing up all
Her
types.
name is Jacquea.
Facts, right?
Her life, right?
And he even corrected me on the pod, and I'm like, I didn't even catch it. You know what I mean? So I'm here with Jacquea May, ladies and gentlemen. We're here today, man. And thank you so much for joining us today. You know, I know you're a very, very busy woman. I know you got stuff going on after this. You got stuff going on before this. You know what I mean? So we are
We
really.
actually have a performance today downtown.
Yeah, Marcus Square. You know, I know. I keep my eye on things. You're not. Yeah. Yeah. No. So no.
This
Okay.
to get her to drink some more of her beer
Okay.
on the one.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And a great beer that is. I got taste of on the one. You know, this past Saturday. Absolutely.
From Modern Brewing.
Nah, man, we are super grateful for you to even, you know, pop in. Like, honestly, though, so we can really just dive into it. What part of Pittsburgh are you from?
I'm from Wilkinsburg.
Okay, Wilkinsburg. Okay.
You know, so to put it more in perspective,
Fair.
Wilkinsburg is like my pinky.
Okay.
Pittsburgh is like my ring finger. That's
Okay.
how close they are. They're literally a
Facts.
street away from me.
Yeah, no, I used to work in
You know,
Wilkinsburg.
so it's a borough. It's not a part of Pittsburgh, which I'm not mad at.
Facts.
But it's my roots. That's where I come from.
Definitely.
Living there for a big majority of my life, and that's where I come from. So I'm very thankful. Then we moved through Pittsburgh pretty often. Wilkinsburg, East Pittsburgh, Homewood, Garfield.
Yeah, facts.
Goes on, but yeah.
How was it growing up for you in Wilkinsburg?
Depends on the day you ask.
Yeah, facts. No, facts.
You know what I mean? I think my parents, Lenora Johnson and Samuel, made it very much important to make sure that I give back in my community.
Sure.
Because she was an activist, very much a warrior for education and children and families, especially Black families,
Right.
brown people. So we were very much like gung-ho. We're doing cleanups, we're showing up, we're giving out flyers, we're doing this and that. And if I wasn't doing that, I was in the church.
Yeah, okay.
Every single Sunday
Yeah.
and Wednesday, choir rehearsals, so on and so forth. So I didn't really have a choice.
Yeah, no, facts.
Not to mention Girl Scouts, everything like that. So I was always busy doing something.
Okay, yeah, no. So like it just sounds like they like, you know, kind of kept you busy, and was that just kind of like byproduct of like, you know, pretty much trying to protect you and just like, you know, make sure that path for you was on the straight and narrow for real?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And then
Okay.
also I love music. So
Facts.
if I wasn't doing something, you know, I was always doing something,
Mhm.
so to speak. Like
Yeah.
I played the trumpet when
Damn,
I was
okay.
like second grade.
Damn. Wow, okay.
And, you know, I wanted to play the flute, but
Yeah.
my mother wasn't having it. She's like, "You're not a flute girl." The flute is considered the bird.
Okay, right.
The lion is considered the trumpet.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the trumpet is really, really loud
For sure.
compared to the flute.
Okay.
So, you know, I was a young Black girl.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to play the flute. I want to be soft.
Yeah.
My mother's like, yeah, no. We're going to have her play the trumpet.
Yeah, no. Lion, right there. Yeah. That
Lion.
Yeah.
She's a lion. So,
Honestly.
and that's that. So I'm really thankful that I had my roots because it made me who I am.
No, absolutely. I think your voice, and let me just tell you right now, has an unmatched soul to it. Like it's just, I think is crazy. So even with that being said, how early, because like I know, like you just said, you know, you were playing trumpets like second grade, which is crazy. Like I had no idea about that. But how early do you remember music just making a profound impact on your life?
I gotta say, I would say about like 5, 6 years old.
Okay.
I remember going to choir practice, even if I wasn't singing, I
Facts.
would be there because my mother was a singer. And she had this, that's where I get my voice from. She had this big, boisterous voice. And I would hear the echoes of her and my family members and the choir just singing in the church. So we would be rows away or even be down in the basement. We could hear them stomping or singing, the echo would be crazy. So it would just be, it would be always around me. And then also at family dinners, my grandmother, my grandfather had a piano in the dining room. So it was kind of you can't get around performing in some form of fashion. So, after Thanksgiving or Christmas or Sunday dinner or something like that, we're going to play a song.
Yeah.
And everybody got to sing.
Yeah.
Or just playing music around the house. Earth, Wind and Fire, Anita Baker, Barry White, so on and so forth. Leaning, or just hearing it on the radio. Like, we always had music around. We would actually put the TV on mute.
Oh, wow.
And listen to music after a certain time of day because it would be everything.
Yeah, right.
I love that.
Nah, music is like that's the spice to life. Like, I don't even really understand people that don't, like, I'm not really that into music. I'm just like, I don't even know what that means. It's like something like, I'm not really that into food. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, you have to, we just like go around just like listening to silence like all day. Like, that don't even make any sense. You know what I mean?
Boring.
Nah, facts. And just even with, you saying that like you spent a lot of time in the church, like with a lot of artists, there's like really in like entertainment in general, right? Like, you see just like a lot of talent cultivated like within the church like that. So like, what is your just perspective on like how the church can be just like such an outlet to just, unlocking talent and like, just even kind of performing early on in life?
Well, when it comes to the church, it's more about you praising God with your voice, putting all that energy and intention to God and praising God, celebrating God, uplifting God.
Yeah.
So when it comes to it's just come as you are.
Yeah.
You were so many different people that sung, big people, small people, tall people, old people, young people, whatever. And they would make their voices like sound so amazing. I just remember just seeing everyone with their eyes closed, sweat dripping. You know what I mean? Have the whole choir robes on and just going.
Yeah.
And I remember us going to other churches and hearing people. And you would learn about pitch, like breath control, harmony, this and that. So many different things that you wouldn't hear and you wouldn't understand in other songs or even in other musical schools. So I'm glad that I learned how to sing through going to church because it helps me understand, like, there's nothing wrong with you. As you are.
Absolutely.
Sing the life out of the song. Make sure God is able to hear you and do it again and again and again. And then before you know it, you'll have fun.
Right, yeah.
So for me, it was just a fun thing to do. I still looked at church like, we gonna go have some fun.
Yeah, right.
After we perform, be like, yeah, we just did that.
Yeah.
It always made me feel so good. So even now, so I love going to see people sing and do those things because it warms my heart.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel good.
Absolutely.
So I'm really, really thankful. That's where I got my training, my roots, and I will never forget.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And when you realize that, your voice has, you have this ability to like, sing and like, just affect other people with, what you're singing, like how soon after that did you start, performing, like, pursuing music?
That's a good question. Well, I started singing in church when I was like 5, 6 years old.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, I didn't have a choice.
Yeah, well, fair.
I didn't have a choice. I would love to say that I did, but my mother was determined for me and my sister, Sonora and I. We were going to sing. Even my father was singing. He can't sing a lick. I just wanna do, like, he cannot sing.
Shout out to Pops, man.
Okay, I love my dad. Shout out to you, Dad. I love you, Sam, but he can't sing a lick, but he's going to do it because his baby told him that yet. So after that, I started writing poetry. I started, of course, playing the trumpet. And also in addition to that, slowly but surely, I started to perform around 13, 14 years old.
Okay.
So, but by the time I was 16, 17, I went out my way to go to teen open mics, youth open mics.
Okay.
That's when I was performing poetry and so on and so forth.
Was that just like internally inspired, or like was anyone pushing you?
Yeah, I think no, it was internally inspired.
Okay.
That Poetry Jam, Jill Scott, different amazing performers that I was just like, okay, you know what, let's just do it.
Fair.
And then I started going to the Shadow Lounge.
Oh, there
in
we
East
go.
Liberty.
We've heard that name.
You should. It's a very special place.
No, I mean, so I've heard.
And he let me, Justin Strong, shout out to Justin Strong, who allowed me to go in there. Even though I was underage, he would say, and I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say, he says, It's like, I'm going to let you come in because I quote, because you're a kind person. You don't mess with nobody. You come and you perform. You don't ask for alcohol because we know how old you are.
Yeah, right.
And then you leave.
Right.
And I did that every single week.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? And by that time, I was living in Garfield Heights, which is public housing in Garfield.
Yeah.
So I would go and perform there once a week, and it would just make me feel so much lighter.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, well, this is my church. Because I stopped going after a certain time. After like 13, I stopped going.
Okay.
But that would be my way to get it out.
Yeah.
And then I would look for other open mics, but the Shadow Lounge was a community that I never knew I needed.
That's so crazy.
So, yeah, that's why it's so special.
I've heard so many just incredible things about the Shadow Lounge, and like I'm so I'm sad I missed that period in the city. It just sounds like it was just a whole renaissance of people, just coming to, showcase their talent. And at 13, 14, like, was that a little bit intimidating for you? Like, just, were you seeing people that you're like, yo, this person is, and I'm just about to, like, what, like, do I even have any business being here? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
for real.
I felt that way. I felt really scared. I felt intimidated. But then, I just kept coming. Carnegie Library was one of the first places where I was just like, you know what, I need to get all this creative energy out. That would be the space to go to. Okay. So once they started having open mics there at Shadow Lounge, I was just like, okay, I'm going to show up. And then they would have a contest. And they would say whoever's going to win the contest get like 5 hours of like studio time.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And they get to be crowned the first place person. I'm just like, okay, great.
Yeah.
And Justin Strong would be there. So I'm just like, I'm going to sing and I'm going to do my thing. And I won. And then I just kept coming through every single year. And then when I got about 17, 18 years old, I just found out about it because the city paper will put their like listings in their open mics on this days. Because there was a time where there was an open mic every single day of the week outside of Sundays in Pittsburgh. So that was a kind of a renaissance.
Yeah, for sure.
More places were open.
Yep.
More places were doing so many things. There were more opportunities
more
for artists
to get
open. And we need those spaces.
Definitely.
So, I started going there, and the energy in there, why it's so special is because we are all weird people. You know what I mean? We're weird as all.
No. For real, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
We are out of this world. We're going to look weird for those who consider themselves to be normal.
Sure.
And the energy in Shadow is like, bring it all. Bring all the weird.
Yeah,
bring all the strength.
I love that.
Oh, you do this? That's great. Bring it here, And then it's all love to the point where when I would come in there after a couple of years, I'm giving hugs the whole time.
That's
like,
dope.
as soon as I get a door, hey, what's up, Jacquea? Hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? Hey, how you doing? And you know what I mean? And that's that type of love.
For sure.
Even now, when I see the people, actually at Barrel Flow Festival, it felt like a family reunion.
I'm
just
sure, yeah.
Strong with the security.
Oh, for
Right.
real? Okay, word.
Oh, the whole security for Barrel Flow Festival.
That's crazy, okay.
Ran the Shadow Lounge.
That's wild.
Like,
that's so wild.
Like, that's how small the world is. One of the booths, Just Grub.
Okay.
Tay Asante, he was a bartender at Shadow Lounge. Wow. So was Anon. He was, I was about to say.
It must have been a trip for them seeing you, bro.
We kept taking pictures the whole time.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah.
Hey, like, oh, man.
That's nuts.
I just want to say I'm proud of you, sis.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I love it, man. Like,
that's so ill.
It gives me encouragement to keep going. So I feel like I am sad that you weren't able to experience.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, if you have spaces, you're able to be strange and weird, be artistic and creative around people who just want to do the same thing, then you don't need to worry about looking for the shadow. You already found it.
Yeah, no, real shit.
And that's powerful.
Honestly, yeah, no,
what I mean?
Absolutely.
So now it's about creating the physical space of location where you can do all that weird shit in one state. And I'll just drop a little tidbit. I'm helping make that possible. I'm not going to say when or how or those things, but it's coming.
No, absolutely. And, rightfully so. In that space, in the Shadow Lounge, just kind of like during that run where you were performing, was there any one performance that just kind of made everything click for you? Like, okay, like I'm in the right space.
Oh, wow. Oh, you know what? I know what it was. The The Shadow Lounge, they had an open mic once a week. I have a 3-piece band and a DJ. They would always have food and everything like that. So there was this one time when I decided to dress up. I wore like a dress. I wore head wrap and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I did to the open mic, of course.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, there's a cipher. And the cipher is we put on a beat or we let the band play. And whoever wants to get on the mic gets up there and gets on the mic. And it was packed this night.
Fair.
And around that time, I'm starting to study Biggie like crazy.
Okay.
Biggie, Notorious B.I.G.
Facts.
And he's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I go up there and I think I did Big Papa.
Okay.
For the first time.
Okay.
And I was up there, I was shaking, but I still did it.
Yeah.
All the ladies and everybody's like, oh. And everybody, I'm seeing people run around the floor like,
yeah, right.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like, throw some shit. Like, I cannot. And they get off the stage, Jacquea.
Yeah.
Okay. You keep doing that.
Yeah.
You keep doing that. I'm like, okay, all right. Who you listening to? Who you studying? I'm like, Biggie.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Go there, cause I was gonna say that. I was gonna suggest Biggie for you. Like,
listen, and then I think, like the passion of learning more about music started to come out even more, and then it's just like, okay, if I could do that with Biggie, imagine I could do that with Rakim,
sure,
do that with Nas or Big Pun or Queen Latifah or Foxy Brown or Lil Kim. I mean, and then the list goes on. And really started digging in when it comes to understanding my love for hip hop.
Okay, copy, yeah,
because it's something that people can definitely consider as a genre of music. I consider it a culture.
Absolutely. Like it started off as a culture, and then like obviously culture has like dress, food, whatever, and then like music is a essential part of culture. You know what I mean? But at its nucleus, it started off as a culture for sure.
It really is. So I think that was a time where I was just like, okay, that's it. All right,
facts.
okay, I got it. All right, I know what I need to do.
And that's really interesting because like hip hop and singing almost kind of go hand in hand, but they're very different. Like even in that same sentence. So how was it using elements from like a real competitive space as far as music for hip hop, and then blending that in with your singing? And like by taking elements from that and like
Lauryn Hill is one of the first people I think of.
Fair enough.
Like Lauryn Hill would be the one I would listen to. My dad played Miseducation Lauryn Hill until it broke.
Yeah,
like,
word.
He broke. Like you can't
stop playing me no more. Yeah, you've done this to me enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, and then once he saw her in concert,
oh wow,
like he went to go see her in concert. And she brought our children up and everything like that. He was like, okay. He went out and bought a new one.
That's crazy.
And replayed it. He was like, Papa, we'll play it again. And I'm just like, so I'm listening to Lauryn Hill all around the house all the time. And then I'm just like, okay, well, I think I could do this.
Yeah, right.
Okay, all right. So let me see what happens. And just, I'm still studying. Even now, right now, I'm on my Wu-Tang right now.
Yeah, it's
listen to Wu-Tang over and over and over again. I'm like, okay, all right. What's this rap nigga? All up in your gut. I'm like, oh, he's so bomb. All right. Just it's natural. I love this. So I think I love the fact that I get to learn over and over again in different ways about parts of hip hop that I didn't get to understand.
Facts, yeah.
I get to have an appreciation that I didn't have before. And I wish more people are willing to listen and figure that out in that way rather than judge. Because even when it comes to hip hop, yes, there may be some parts of hip hop that we may not even look at and be like, that don't look too good.
Sure.
But it's hip hop. Because, I mean, there's some parts of soul music we don't like. Like, Al Green got burned by his wife for cheating on his wife with hot grits. Like, she burned him. Right. You know what I mean? And then he went complete gospel.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like,
the grits will do that.
Right,
right. The hot grits will switch that up.
Jesus. Jesus.
The grits will switch it up.
Listen, and it literally happened. I can only imagine the look he had on. He was like,
okay, hey, right, man. He's smelling like the house. He's waking up.
I had to put some bird grit. But Jesus, saved my life.
Half his face bandage is up. Jesus. Yo,
No,
no,
but
man,
I
that's
think that's the
hilarious.
power of music. I'm always willing to understand, want to learn more
Facts.
about the story behind the music.
Mm,
Why are you doing what you're doing? How are you creating what you're creating? And how did it come out?
facts.
So I can have a deeper appreciation and help to see like, okay, this is more than just these words.
No, absolutely.
And I think sometimes we lose sight of that. Some people just listen to the music and believe that's just it.
Right.
It's like you are completely minimizing the person that created it,
No, facts.
why they did it as well.
Yeah.
So,
It's crazy because just even as you go on in life and like you're revisiting some of these stuff, like you're catching stuff that like maybe as like 18, 19, you were just kind of like chilling, like jamming to, and it's just like, whoa, like this song I used to like kind of party to has some really profound, or like they're going through like a really dark period of life and it's just over like a bump and beat. And that's what's crazy about music, is that like you can like be pouring out just like, this is a very dark time in my life, I need help, this and the third. You like lay a, just like a catchy beat on that, and now it's like, a club song, and it's like, this person's actually really crying for her. Like, they're reflecting on like a real dark point in their life.
no, powerful.
Yeah, not for real. So like you just we'll catch those gems later on in life for sure.
So even classic hip hop albums that I don't think I got to listen to because my father and my mother, I mean, I was raised in the church. There was a lot of hip hop I had to listen to.
Yeah, right.
We had Fresh Prince, Criss Cross, Harris, One Queen.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Oh,
Fair.
Big Daddy Kane. That's pretty much.
Fair, yeah.
That's
okay,
it. Now, after I got older, I could listen to Big Pun and whatever, and go get the whole Nas Illmatic album and just be like, okay, let me listen to this whole thing.
Thanks, yeah.
But I'm always about learning much more about hip hop culture, and having an understanding, not an arrogance, because I'm still a student.
Sure.
And understand that I'm a fan too.
Yeah.
And I love being a fan.
Definitely.
I really do.
So I know you were really close with with your mother. How did your relationship with your mom just kind of influence the way that you go about making music and your whole relationship with music?
Good question. All right, sir. Okay. My mother was she's always been very much important to me. I look just like her. So when I would hear her sing, when I would hear her just be herself, because I'm loud. That's where I get it from. I get it from her. It's my father. He would just be like, where you go? Yeah.
You and me both. My mom is loud too.
What's up, man? I mean, yeah. And that's my dad. And my mother, what's up, y'all? How you doing? My name's Lenore. I'm like, oh, shit. All right. Okay. So I just keep thinking of, because my mother passed away from breast cancer when I was 7.
Sorry.
She's always been this very strong person. And thank you for the condolences. I would always think of in the back of my brain, like, even now, like, how would my mother sing this? How would she receive this? How is she looking at it? I want to make sure I'm able to do her proud, make her proud. And I know she's in paradise, like, yeah, that good girl, that good.
Yeah.
But it's always about, like, let me take it a step further. Let me see what else is out there. Let me uncover this. Let me discover this. Let me do this. And let me dig a little bit deeper, so I'll be able to see much more of what's not on the surface. There's a person that I've studied for a long time called Big Mama Thornton.
Okay.
Big Mama Thornton is behind the first hit by Elvis Presley called Hound Dog.
Okay. I remember you speaking about, what?
Wear coveralls, overalls, and chew snuff tobacco, and she's 6 feet tall.
Damn, okay.
You know what I mean? She used to growl when she's singing, And I'm thinking, like, okay, she had to, because of the space she was in.
Sure.
And automatically think of my mother. I'm just like, okay, she would sing this song. Even if she knew about it, she would sing it.
Right.
So I'm just like, every time I'm singing something, I'm thinking like, okay, how would she be able to morph into this person? And she's having a ball watching me. So let me kill it every fucking time. So if I can't kill it, it's not worth my time. So I'm currently studying Wu-Tang, but also I'm studying Betty Davis, who is a queen of funk. And she is the reason why Miles Davis popped, to be honest.
Interesting. How so?
Like, she got married to him. She was in a relationship with him. And she, like, revolutionized his sound. She's like, what if you do this or do that or do this? And took his sound to another level. That's like Erykah Badu with Common.
Sure.
Or pretty much every other man she gets.
Yeah,
like,
Free stats, right? Yeah, right. Yeah.
Having mugs wearing, you know what I'm saying, knitted hats. But anyway, like she's a very powerful person, but she held nothing back when it came to performing. She always was very honest. You know, she heard her grunt and growl, and if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have people like Beyonce. You know, if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have a variety of different vocalists, especially Black women who, in a male-dominated space, especially when it came to funk, we love James Brown and George Clinton and Parliament and Bootsy, but Brad Funkenstein, Parliament, Shaka Khan.
That's a new one. I never heard.
You know what I mean? So Brad Funkenstein were this group of sisters who sung background for all of the Parliament.
Wow. Okay.
All the Funkadelic. All of Bootsy. If they wanted a female vocalist, of a group of female vocalists for funk, they would go to Brad Funkenstein.
Okay, word. Okay.
You know, so which was very important. So, you know, they had all that.
Yeah, fact.
You know, and all that funk, and we need that. So for me, it's even more important to see my mother in these spaces so I can help embrace her, because every time I show up, she does.
Yeah. No, that's fucking beautiful, Jacquea. Not for real. Like, I'm about to see your fucking parade. No, I mean, but like, it's very true. And like, it shows in your performances, you know what I mean? Like, if you, like, you're connected to what you do, like, very, very deep.
Oh, yes,
you know? And then by nature of that, the audience can feel that, you know what I mean? Like, that bleeds over, and that just even leads me to my next question, the Life on Hold EP. Like, I know that was like a very, you know, again, like, you know, just kind of expressing your relationship with your mother and, like, you know, how that affected you. So what went into the creation of that, and, you know, kind of what went into, you know, you putting out that, your first project for like the first time? Like,
yeah, Life on Hold. Okay, so Life on Hold, it was myself, One Hood Media, and Idasa Tard. Idasa is a master of all trade, one of my best friends, very sweet brother. In fact, I was literally talking to him before I got
okay, word, copy, okay,
right?
okay, word, okay, fact.
And, you know, I was thinking about, like, the life that I've been living after my mom passed on. You know, both my sisters, 'cause I'm the youngest of three.
Okay.
Both my sisters had children as teenagers.
Well, okay.
And I helped raise them. So for a lot of my life has been centered around my two nieces and my nephew. You know, my nephew, he would be 29 if he was alive. My niece is 26. My other niece is 17. That's a lot of life to live.
Absolutely.
On behalf of someone else. So, and I was taught, you know, you have to make sure that the babies are being taken care of, that people are good when it comes to your family, because family is everything. But it never really seemed like whatever I was doing was enough. So once these children got old enough, I was just like,
how'd you feel like that though? Like,
yeah, well, both of my sisters were teenagers and they didn't really grow up a whole bunch when it comes to them having children. So I had to try my best to take up the extra weight, to help out when it comes to being around them. And then also, I wanted these children to know that regardless of what their mothers have gone through or wherever we come from, when it comes to the hood, you could be so much more. You know, so my life in a lot of ways was put on hold, you know, and I didn't think I really saw it until the year that I started working on Life on Hold. I was 29. I was just like, you know, it was never about me. My life was never about me. It was about taking care of someone else's children, making sure someone else was good. And then I was just like, I can't do that anymore. I can't live my life on hold for you, for any of y'all, because it keeps going. I'm about to be 30. And, you know, being a 20-year-old, be 20 to 30, I would love to say, yeah, I got out here and I did all the stuff I didn't get to. My nieces and my nephew came first. So those nights when people are like going having fun, I'm like, I'm helping raise kids.
Yeah, right.
That's a whole different story.
Absolutely.
So when it came to making Life on Hold, it was about making sure I'm able to talk about those painful moments where it's just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I think I'm done. You know, let me have these honest conversations with these young people now, and be honest about what I can do. So when my nieces and my nephew like, hey, listen, I love you. I'm very thankful I'm here for you.
Definitely.
But this is my life. You need to go live it. I'm glad that I was able to do that and
Absolutely.
create that. So at the same time of creating the album, I was working at a Truman Juvenile Detention Center, and I was working with them once a week with the Carnegie Library,
Yeah.
helping children in there learn how to create songs, create beats,
That's fire.
which was really dope.
Yeah.
Once a month, and at the same time work on music. After the ending of that album, I was blessed to be able to at the end of the album, I was blessed to be able to perform in Switzerland and Ghana.
So fire. And like I actually read that you did. That's so crazy. So like when you were what spurred like, you traveling for performances, like, how did that, come about?
Well, in March of 2019, I was blessed to be able to go to South by Southwest, which is this huge festival in Austin, Texas, because of a program that I helped start with Carnegie Library, which is like local artists get to put their music into the library and be able to have it played and rented out throughout not just the city, but the country.
Wow.
So if you're able to submit your music to one library, then you can have it submitted to all 50 states.
Wow.
And of course the project was called Stacks. So we were able to we were able to go down to South by Southwest and present this project. And it was huge. We got to meet libraries from all around the country. We got to tour Austin, Texas library, which is huge, so much bigger than ours.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, I need to go back down there.
Yeah,
and it was beautiful. So I was down there. I saw one of my old mentors, Dr. Kimberly Ellis. She is the niece of August Wilson. That's how small the world.
Copy. Wow. Okay.
And I go to like a discussion led by Wyclef Jean.
Okay.
And she's there. She's like, oh my gosh, Jacquea, I'm so proud of you. You keep doing your thing. So we're out talking, going to go get barbecue because we're in Texas, so do as. And it's like, I have this great opportunity for mid-level career artists like yourself. She's like, I'm in these different spaces and I would love for you to be there. And I'm like, okay. All right. So they're not paying, but I know you got some dough set aside.
Yeah.
So I submitted a grant for Life on Hold.
Okay.
And I didn't spend all the money.
Nice.
I tried my best to save as much money as I can, which is not pretty surprising because when you make an album, it costs a lot of money.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
I don't think a lot of artists really know that.
It costs a lot of money to make an album.
Right.
So, but I was trying my best to cut costs as much as I could.
Sure.
Kept everything in house. When it came to beats, I would go to Idasa, who's an amazing producer.
Yeah.
When it came to songwriting, I wrote. Me and Idasa wrote. We made.
That's so smart. Yeah. No.
Yeah. It's just and even moving forward, it's making sure if you keep more stuff in house,
It
it will be cheaper.
And
I promise you.
One, and then two, you can use the extra funds to like actually like put towards other stuff that may be a pretty penny. You know what I mean?
I.e. this.
Yeah. Facts.
So I was able to get a photo shoot out of my grant. I was able to get the money to literally pay for the whole trip.
That's so dope.
I was out of town for 3 weeks.
That's so dope. That's crazy.
I was in Switzerland for a week.
Damn.
And a week and a couple days, and then I was in Ghana for 10 days.
What was it like performing in Switzerland? Like,
oh my,
it's crazy. Yeah, like
I started crying. Like when I got up there, I was just like, I'm shaking. Like I get nervous before every performance.
I believe
this
I don't
level of
believe that. Yo, no, fuck that.
I
Nah,
do.
fuck that.
I do. I get nervous before every performance. I do. I just don't show it.
Yeah.
But the level of nervousness when I got up there was crazy. I was dripping sweat before I got up there.
What's
But I
like
was
being, obviously being in a new country was
being
like?
a new country, there's new people. I'm scared how I'm gonna be received.
Yeah.
And then my music wasn't playing.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, what? And then the language barriers, because we're in Switzerland, so some of the people were speaking Dutch, some people were speaking French, some people were speaking Arabic, some people were speaking Hebrew, a variety of different. I'm just like, I just know English.
And my music's
come on, stop.
whatever language I need to speak to.
Right. You know what I mean? So, and I took a moment and I just breathed and I was just like, okay. And a song that I did was He'll Welcome Me, which is a cover by Sam Cooke and No Soul Stirs. And it's a gospel song. And I get up there and I sing it. And, and I'm singing and I had to close my eyes, remind myself, like, okay, who did I first see sing this? I saw my parent, saw my mother, I saw her sister, I saw my family singing this song. And that's where I was transported. So I'm closing my eyes and I'm focusing, oh, I'm determined to see Jesus. And I'm there. And before you know it, the song is over and I hear all this applause.
The right way.
Okay, let's keep going. So some odd way, my Dr. Kimberly Ellis made sure that some of my tracks were able to play.
That's nice. Okay.
And then I was able to do Rock Steady, which was my last song.
Okay.
That
Right.
did 30 minutes. The president of the Lausanne Afrofusion Festival came up on the stage.
Wow.
This tall black man came up there.
In Switzerland, too. So, like, you're like, okay, nigga, what do you do?
Right. Right. I'm like, he's like, you need to be back here next year. And I'm like, and he's like, what do y'all think? She needs to be back next year. And I'm like, yeah. Okay. And then I think the part that made me cry so much was when I was singing a song dedicated to my mother called Lenore.
Okay.
And then I had the crowd.
That's the intro off.
Right.
Right.
So I had the crowd singing, oh, Lenora. And I'm just like,
that's a trip.
So after I got done, literally after I got off the stage, I literally just dropped down to my knees and I just started crying and giving thanks to God. I don't think anything else mattered. And Kimberly's just like, give her a second. She's thanking God right now. Just give her a moment. Just, and I'm just like, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for being here with me. And then I called my father. I was like, I did it. Yeah, Corey, I'm so proud of you, baby. Yeah, like I cannot. You know what I mean? I'm like, if you get your dad doing the foghorn over the phone, it's a problem.
Yeah, right.
You know?
That's all you know.
But then to see other sisters while I was there, other black women, African women, she's like, I saw a young sister was just like, when I saw you on the stage, I saw myself. And it just made me want to cry even more. And then afterward, we get back to our hostel because that's where we were staying.
Word.
And my, of course, Dr. Kimberly Ellis was just like, so you did that. You ready to go to Ghana, baby? I'm like, no, it doesn't matter. We're going.
Right.
Like, okay. And then we get on a train to Italy and then get on a plane to Ghana.
Oh, you was lit during the year. This 3 weeks was fire for you.
It really was.
Passed through Italy.
Yeah, I did. I wish I could
not staying here.
stop. I wanted to stop so bad.
Yeah.
And it was super duper hot in Italy, which was crazy too.
Okay, word.
But once we got to Ghana, actually on the plane to Ghana, everybody's black.
Yeah.
Look, the pilot's black.
The plane is black.
All the flight attendants are black.
Right.
Everybody's black. Then you get off the plane, I'm like, where are we?
Yeah.
We're in Ghana, baby. We're in Ghana.
We're in Ghana, baby.
Welcome home. Welcome home, Jay.
Yeah.
Welcome home.
Was that your first time with them?
Right. It was my first time in Ghana.
Yeah.
That's my first time out the country ever.
Okay, wow.
And I was just like,
you hit Switzerland, you passed through Italy, hit Ghana. That's crazy.
just like, and then I go to Ghana, and then I go there, and I'm just like, okay. And then it felt like, it felt so comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's so many black people. Everybody's black.
Yeah, right.
It felt so good. I'm just like, the food is everything is great.
Yeah.
Where have I been? I'm just looking like, I'm talking to myself in the mirror like, where the fuck you been? Why ain't you been here? Like,
You know we're not leaving.
like,
You know we're not.
so we're gonna have to make something shake,
right.
and stay here. So
That's right.
it changed my life.
Wow.
It changed my perspective.
Wow.
And I'm forever thankful to Dr. Kimberly Ellis for believing in me, giving me that space. And I just kept telling her, she's like, stop crying, girl. I know. Go have a moment.
Facts.
Go sit stuff down.
Facts.
And just be thankful. So Ghana still is. I've been to Ghana more often than any other country. I've been to Ghana 4 times.
Wow.
I love Ghana. And every time I go, I perform.
Yeah.
Like,
That's so nuts. So, coming off that trip, where is your mind state at as far as like what, just your career and what you want to do?
it was just like, okay, so Operation Get the Fuck Out of Pittsburgh is a go? Like, are you going to get the fuck out of Pittsburgh? And I was just like, yeah, I'm going to go. And then I came back to Pittsburgh. I started working with David Edmonds on a guitar. I started writing a whole bunch. But then also I started asking myself, like, what do I really want to do? Like, I want to be in a band. And I kept starting bands, and then they would stop. And it would only get but so far. I started trying to do events, and some of them actually worked out, but some of them really didn't. And then I just felt like I was like, okay, something got to pop in the next couple months or a year, or I got to go. So it was around the time then COVID happened. And COVID kind of
A universal reset.
everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get back to Ghana for 18 months.
Wow.
And Ghana, it felt like, as a Black person here in America, it always feels like you get to a certain point and then you get back down.
Sure.
And Ghana, all of that's off your shoulders. You get to have, I feel like an astronaut because you're looking at America. You literally get to look at it from far away. You don't have to carry all that on your shoulders.
Right.
Like I was staying on the beach. I was staying in Cape Coast, Ghana.
Okay.
I could literally walk down to the beach. A brother could be with a wheelbarrow. He crack open a coconut for you for 5 cedis. That's $1 basically. And just be on your merry way. Wow. That's just like, okay, where the hell have I been? I need to bring my ass back here.
Absolutely.
So when I did that and then COVID happened, it was just like, what do you really, really want to do?
Facts.
I'm like, I want to make music. I want to support. I want to flesh out my ideas. And then in 2021, June, I went to Redfish Bowl. And I'm just, as much as I love being an artist, I love being a fan.
Yep.
I'm out supporting Idasa Tarek, Shad Ali, Jeremiah Davis, Crystal, Noel, Jalil, doing performances, all types of stuff. And coincidentally, Byron Nash is there. And he's performing on his guitar, no microphone or nothing. And he's like, ain't no sunshine. And I'm in the crowd. I'm just like, and then I just see his head turn. And then I'm like, my eyes, I'm like, oh, shoot, he's looking at me. He's like, come here. I'm like, nah, I'm sorry. Let me be quiet. I apologize. No. And he's still playing. He's like, and he puts it on loop. He's like, no, come over here. I'm like, okay. All right. And I stand next to him on the stage. No mic, no rehearsal, no nothing.
This is
just like, we're just going to do it. And it's like, okay. All right. Okay. And then we just sing. I sing the song. He's playing.
Holy shit.
And then from there, like Taylor Spencer, she recorded the whole thing. And he's like, yo, we have to get together. And she put the video up and tagged me and Byron. Byron hits me up. It's like, hey, listen, what are you doing this weekend? Hi. Hi, Mr. Nash. Stop calling Mr. Nash. My name's Byron. Okay. Calm down. Damn. Okay. So after performance at Penn and Eighth, on the big stage, what are you doing this weekend? I was like, I'm working. Yeah. After the work.
Yeah, work.
Are you available? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll give you $100 for this one song. Okay. What about rehearsal? You don't need no rehearsal. Girl, what you just did, you ain't got to worry about it. So next week, come down here. Be on time, okay? I'm going to tell the band to be ready. All right. So at the time, Jules Powell, and Evan Thorsten is performing with him.
Word.
And he's like telling them, like, hey, listen, this sister's going to come down here and do it. Okay. She's going to sing with us the last song. No rehearsal, no nothing. And I get up there and he's like, stop being scared and nervous. It's like, I need the Redfish Bowl energy. I'm like, all right, cool. I had a head wrap on, had all those things. All that shit came off. He's like, bring it out, fuck around, get shit. I'm like, oh my gosh. So, and then we kept doing that over and over again. He would ask me to just pull up and just perform. We did it at Trace, and then that's where I met Kenny Stockard. And then we kept doing it over and over and over and over and over again. And then he asked me to be a part of First Light 2022 with a variety of different people.
Yeah.
Me, Jules, Evan, his son Tommy, Live from the City, all these great people. And we killed it.
Yeah, fact.
And then literally 2 to 3 days after that, he's like, so, you want to be in my band? Yeah. Of course. Like, okay. Yeah. He's like, so every week we got to get together and rehearse. And that's what we did. So I think for the first 6 months, I saw him more often than I saw anybody in my life.
Yeah.
And it was just like every week, 2-3 hours a week, just like, we're going to go through this song. We're going to go through this song. And I would fuck up so much. It's like, it doesn't matter. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep doing it. And then it just started working.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Look at that.
You know what I mean? That's how we were able to grow. We're still doing that now. Like, so we still rehearse. Like, even the performance today, he's going to be like, Jacquea, we got to have rehearsal this week. All right, man, let's do it. Okay.
Right.
So, I mean, that's why this is so much important. So now we've been in Nashville for maybe 16, 17 months now.
Wow.
It doesn't even feel that long.
That's super recent. Like that's way more. Like I was expecting maybe 3 years, you know. But so this is, I mean, like a year and some change. Like
That's
y'all
what
been
happens
going
with hard
out.
work. And
Yeah,
you have to, we're both
absolutely. Yeah,
fans.
no facts.
We're fans of music, and we're letting that come out slowly but surely, and then you'll get to put on music that you least expect.
Yep.
I didn't know about Fleetwood Mac before Byron.
Oh, for real.
No, I
Okay.
mean I was raised in the church.
That makes sense. I mean, no,
You know, a lot of
that
soul, a
makes
lot of
sense. Yeah,
I mean, I listened to rock music around
Sure, sure.
14, you know, but I didn't listen
It wasn't
to Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, so on
Nah.
your radar. They're like, yeah,
You know,
facts.
so he would play Gold Dust Woman for me, and I'm just like, no offense, but I can't sing like this woman. He's like, don't worry about it. You'll sing like you. We're not gonna sing it that way anyway.
Yeah, facts.
So we're gonna find out your way, and then slowly but surely we found our way, and now it's one of my favorite songs we get to do. I love the fact that we do songs the way we do.
Absolutely, right.
And it's not like the way they do them. And we pay homage, and we like bring a whole different energy.
To it, yeah, facts.
And I love that. So now I'm glad I stayed. Everything happens for a reason.
Nah, y'all turned an Aretha Franklin song into like a rock hard. I'm like, this is ill. Like this is so like
I love
y'all's energy on stage, bro. It's like it's so infectious, bro. And like I remember when y'all pulled up to that Words and Sounds, bro. That was the first time I ever like. I didn't even know like one, y'all were coming, and that's the first time I ever saw y'all perform. Like knew y'all existed. I was like, okay, word, you know, because like I'm going with him all the time, because like, you know, like he'll go there all the time and, you know, perform. And I saw y'all, bro. I was like, nah, they're up there bugging right now, bro. Like they're wilding. And then the standing ovation, like, you know, people were just standing up clapping for like 4 or 5 minutes, and just like, we might just clap until they come back. And I feel it though, bro. I was like, wow, that is so incredible. So to like even hear that you guys have only been doing it for 16 months, like that's incredible, bro. Like that's so wild.
Yeah. We also love supporting other people.
Absolutely, for sure.
You know, when we heard Kenny Stalker was doing an open mic on a Sunday in the Strip, I was like, at King Fly, I was like, oh, we love King Fly. Let's go on down.
That's
okay.
right. Yeah.
And Byron's like, okay, so you know I'm gonna bring my guitar. Yeah. He's like, so you want to sing something? Of course. Like, and Kenny, as soon as we get down, he's like, so y'all trying to do something?
Yeah.
Of course. Okay. All right. And Byron's like, okay, let me just set up real quick, and then we'll do something. And then we did. And I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, so you gonna be back next month? Like, if I got enough time, we'll see. But it just right. But it felt so good to do, and then we didn't expect that response. I mean, we don't do it for the response. We do it because we love.
But like, so I'm saying, like, it was just the connection was so like, it was just, you just touched everyone in that room, or just, yo, we need that again.
Yeah, man.
Before y'all go, just one more.
Right. You know, see, listen, and then it's so funny because me and Byron were talking about it. It's like, you started learning that song before you even met me. I was like, yeah. It took me after Aretha Franklin passed on. I read her autobiography in like 3 days. Cause she's dead.
Yeah. I mean, come on,
man.
Come on, man.
And I like approached the song, and it took me a good almost 16 months to get it like perfect. And it took me a while because her confidence, just standing up there with this humongous voice singing the song. And I'm just like, how can I do this? Like, this is incredibly intimidating.
Fair.
And then I remember hearing her say in an interview, I'm not intimidating. You're intimidated. That's not something I can do. This is not you. This is not me. It's you. Why are you intimidated by my power? I'm going to be powerful regardless. What you going to do? And I'm just like,
damn.
Okay, well, let me put on for Mama Aretha. So slowly but surely, once I got that song together, and then I bring it to Byron was like, we have to knock this out. We got to sing it like she's right there. Like, she wants to take off her shoe and throw it at us. Because if not, then we ain't doing it right. And Aretha comes from the church. So I'm like, I got to do it for Aretha. I got to do it like she's right there. And then let me bring something else to it that I've never seen before. I've yet to see people in Pittsburgh, or just in general, approach Aretha Franklin songs because they're incredibly hard to sing.
Sure.
She's huge.
Absolutely.
Her voice is huge. Her power is huge. So if I'm going to do it, I got to sing it in homage to her.
You think that like they may be afraid because they're just trying to be Aretha, like, you know, during that performance, and then like they're not trying to take their own route on it?
Yeah, that too. I think when you're going to cover a song, don't get me wrong, you're never going to be like the person who created
For sure, right.
But what you can do is give it its own power in your own special way. Like when we do Superstition by Stevie Wonder, one of my favorite songs that we get to do, we don't do it like Stevie. We bring it out. Like I love having my locks because we get to rock out.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And then we put other stuff into it. We'll put some go-go into it. We'll put this into it. We'll have DJ Super C like scratching into it. And it becomes a whole different song. So it becomes a journey. So, and as it should be. So it's like, it should get you fired up. It should get you moving. And then also, how are we going to pay homage? Let's act like they're there. How would that feel? If we're doing that, then what means we did it right? You know what I mean? And more importantly than that, then it's just like, we're still fans. How can we do it better every single time?
Right.
How can we knock it out the park every single time? How can we make it so that someone who doesn't listen to old school, who doesn't listen to soul, will want to listen to it because the song that we just played?
Correct.
All right, then we did our job. All right, bye.
Yeah. No, real shit.
So
absolutely,
that's how we feel.
How would you say your relationship with Byron specifically like has evolved your artistry and like evolved your performance and evolved the way you approach making music?
I think at first, at the beginning of our experience, of our relationship, I was really intimidated as I was scared.
He's a rock star, man. Yeah. He's a rock star. He's a rock star.
Like, I remember watching him when I was 21 years old. He gets mad at me. Right. I was 21 years old. I went to go see him at Altar Bar. Altar Bar is closed. It literally was an old church.
Wow.
They turned into a bar.
Oh, shit.
In the Strip District.
Damn, because I sent this alone. Like I'll never did the former church space okay that like
they had caves, they had literally women in bathing suits basically, like dancing in cages, hanging from the ceiling. Like I would just be like, what the fuck? And I step into, am I going to need like a whole trough of holy water to get me into heaven right now after this? Because it's crazy. And then, because I remember asking an elder afterwards, I was like, this used to be a church? I said, yeah, this used to be a church. This used to be a damn church. I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm sorry. So I saw him. That was the first performance I saw when I was 21. Actually, like a couple days after I turned 21.
Okay.
And he was in Formula 412.
Facts.
Formula 412 was his hip-hop group.
Yeah. They were lit.
They were so much energy. I remember it was packed, and I was up there on that balcony with the woman that had the K's literally right next to me, and I'd just be like, okay. But I'm watching a performance, and then I would watch Byron, and Byron was he had locks back then, and he's tall, and he's a black man that's rocking out, and he had this big-ass guitar, and I'm just like, and he's so animated.
Yeah, right.
I'm just like, I want to be like him.
Yeah,
I want to be like him.
Fair.
So to go from that to being like, calling this brother my brother, and being able to be like, yo, I have problems, I have issues, there's sometimes when I didn't believe in myself, I'm intimidated. He's like, you don't have to be intimidated by me. You're amazing. I'm amazing. We're just amazing in our own special ways. Let's celebrate how we are amazing together. So let's make some music. And it's like, okay, all right. So here we go. And then it just slowly started growing and growing and growing. And then I felt more confident. And he helped me make sure that I was able to do so and help me understand that everything that I need is already within me.
Absolutely.
I don't have to look anywhere for it. I could create what I don't see. So our friendship has grown. I literally know this brother's number off heart. Like, I'm always often at his house more often than anything. Right. We check in pretty much every week. I knew what it was when I went to Puerto Rico last year for a week. And he hit me up like, yo, I know you're out on vacation. I'm supposed to call you, but Quay, I miss you, sis. Yeah. When you coming back home? I'm like, tomorrow, but calm down. Yeah, right. I'm just making sure. because you got to come back home. Like, well, all right.
Yeah.
But, we've been able to grow to be honest with each other, to challenge each other, to be friends, and to really be able to lean on each other, which is really cool. because
Absolutely.
helping to create the community that we've always wanted to see. And I still look up to this man, he's definitely a mentor of mine,
For sure.
definitely someone who keeps me on my toes. But also I'm able to bring certain things out of him. Like, he's not as silly by himself, but when he's around me, he gets silly as shit. Like, we all get silly around him. And I'm like, oh, come on now. You know what I'm saying? You got to wear that turtleneck. He's like, what in the world? Come on, you out here in these streets. I'm like, shut up, man. And I love doing that with him. And then it gets him to be more playful and have so much more fun and get more creative with each other. So it's slowly become, and still is, getting stronger.
Absolutely.
That's my brother, and he calls me his musical sister.
How was it just even watching him perform at 21? Then you look back and like, that's such a fucking full circle moment.
It made me cry.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, after New Year's, I cried, I think, like 3 or 4 times. I just cried. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I was looking for this. This is what I've been looking for since I got back from Ghana. And then I told him about that, and then he was just like, oh, so it's kind of like you were looking for me. I was like, I felt like I was looking for something. I didn't want to leave, but I was looking for something, because if I didn't find it, I would have left.
Yeah.
And he said the same thing. He was like, I was literally on my way out the door too. And then we found each other. And then me, Jules, Justin, and Byron, we all found each other. And I'm just like, this is it.
Yeah, facts. Nah, man, this shit is crazy. Well, no, just because I'm processing it with you. Like I'm just like, yo, like that's probably so wild for y'all. So when y'all are gigging, like, do you think y'all have pretty much performed everywhere here in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn, twice.
Right? It's not even on it's to a point now where it's just like, we can't even escape it now. It's just like, well, Jacquea, when are you coming back here? We're just here 2-3 days ago. Or a week ago. So are you available on this day? I gotta check my schedule. All right, great.
Yeah, thanks.
Come back to us. Okay, all right. So I feel like it's not even, I think it's kind of easy to reach a ceiling when it comes to any city, but Pittsburgh, especially when you're really, really great at what you do.
Right.
But I think it's about getting more creative about how you choose to do what you do.
Facts.
Maybe being more collaborative.
No,
I really enjoyed. And also really being able to like stretch out and get creative with yourself.
No.
Like, okay, maybe we should do this, or maybe we should do that, or and record more music. So now it's more about recording our own content, coming up with different mashes that we haven't heard before, and doing it in our own special way and rocking the fuck out. So sometimes we'll do soul, then we'll do funk, then we'll do blues, then we'll do rock, then we'll go back to hip hop, then we'll do it all over again. And then we might come out of nowhere like, don't try me, try Jesus. Like, you don't know. We never know. You know what I mean?
Never know.
Right, you never know. And I
know.
think I really, really enjoy that about Nashville even more, because we don't have a set destination. We explore just like everybody else. We love the fact that we get to do that, and people get to be along for the ride. So let's keep running. You know what I mean? Let's keep cruising. And that's why I'm so thankful that we met. Like, God put that together. Okay, God, I see you out there.
Facts. Nah, it's been so fucking great talking to you, Jacquea. Like, for real. Like, again, this is another classic in the books. If y'all haven't watched Byron's episode, go check that out. Like, another, and like, especially after this joint, that joint might even hit harder.
Oh my God.
For real, man. So, no, thank you so much, Jacquea. The floor is yours. Really, like, if you want to plug anything, I know you are performing, and Marcus Square today. This is obviously going to drop after that. But again, any future gigs you got lined up, or anything that Nashville got lined up, here is your chance to plug away where they can find you on socials, all that good stuff. But thank you so much for coming through. This was just super dope, yo.
You was a pleasure. You're hilarious. You're jokes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm silly as a day. Anybody knows me, they know that. Of course, as I should be. That means I'm doing my job.
That's right.
You know, just okay. I would definitely say is, of course, check out Fermata Brewing Company. We have an amazing beer with them called On the One. Nashville. That's the word. That's the city Nashville without the E on the end. Look us up on all social media networks. We of course do it all, and we're always performing in Pittsburgh. You can check out ByronNashMusic.com because NashvilleMusic.com is still in the works. And of course, please make sure that you support this brother and come through, come support, listen to his podcast, come see both of them do both of their things, you know. And thank you, of course, for having me. It's a pleasure.
Oh yeah.
My name is Jacquea May. Right. Oh, wait, one more thing.
Yep.
I have my own business called Fearless May Productions. I've been doing community open mics throughout the city of Pittsburgh for free, predominantly in Black and brown communities because we need it. So if you see an open mic, come through, and it's always free.
There you go.
Do that on purpose, and we always have a full place. We have a full band on purpose doing a thing and creating for people to be able to express themselves. So thank you.
There we go. Yo, listen, MIC Podcast, episode 97. Community content. You get it all here. And if you're looking to try Jacquea May, try Jesus instead. We're out.